Both Richardson and Baldwin are used to the big stage. The two played against each other at the Tournament of Champions 3 years ago, and they hope to step on an even bigger stage tomorrow at the NBA Draft. During the first 4 years at ProEdge, McDonald and Parker had just 2 clients. Now, they train about 150 young athletes. And in sports, I'll tell you about a Syracuse women's lacrosse player and coach who share a sisterly bond. NCC News starts right now. The Bomberries are just 2 in a long line of family members who have played lacrosse, some who played here in the Carrier Dome at Syracuse University. And the Crunch are back in action this Friday as a #1 seed entering the Calder Cup playoffs. But due to an AHL rule, the Crunch won't play at the War Memorial for its first 2 games against St. John's. Last season, Rutgers finished with a 4-8 overall record. The biggest change? New head coach Chris Ash. The biggest competition? The quarterbacks. The Syracuse Orange have 1 regular season game left, and it could make all the difference. On Sunday, both the Jets and Giants take the field, but trending in different directions. And in lacrosse, 5 Syracuse athletes have been named to the Tewaaraton Award watch list. It didn't take much convincing to get Tasha Kai back into the game, and it's partly because it was one of her dad's final wishes. Jim Boeheim's oldest son made his commitment yesterday, but Jimmy won't follow in his father's footsteps to Syracuse. The younger Boeheim announced yesterday on Twitter that he will play his college basketball down Interstate 81 at Cornell. The lefty formerly starred at Janesville DeWitt and is now finishing up his year at New Hampton Prep in New Hampshire. In women's hoops, Syracuse point guard Alexis Peterson was named the ACC Player of the Year. Peterson is the first Syracuse women's basketball player to win the award. The senior scored a Syracuse single-season record 683 points. The Devils development camp hosts some of the top prospects in the team system, but some of the players are already eager to make the jump to the NHL. Former New England Patriots star Aaron Hernandez was found dead in his jail cell this morning after an apparent suicide. Burke has been involved in the horse trotting industry for more than 30 years, racking up the most wins and prize money of anyone in the sport. But he's never won the Hambletonian. The team announced the game will be made up as part of a doubleheader at MBT Bank Stadium tomorrow at 12:05 p.m. That'll do it for NCC Sports. I'm Steven Milewski. Not every 16-year-old has their face on a Gatorade bottle, but that's the case for Denellen's Sydney McLaughlin. Her records on the track speak for themselves, but the rising senior at Union Catholic values her life off it just as much.
I do the training, I go to practice every day, but I think it's also important just to, live life and not stress over track 24/7.
On her way to making the Olympic team, McLaughlin set a new world junior record in the 400-meter hurdles. That's when her dad, Willie, realized his daughter would become a sensation.
Drive past the movie theater, the marquee has "Congratulations Sydney" on it, and then we realized, okay, people know about this. And everywhere I go, someone's saying, people had parties watching the race, and it's pretty crazy.
McLaughlin will become the youngest U.S. track athlete to compete at the Olympics in 44 years. Her first race in the 400-meter hurdles will be on August 15th.
I think everything kind of happened for a reason, even though there's a lot of struggles, but I think it was the struggles that kind of got me to where I am.
McLaughlin insists that she's going to take in her experience in Brazil and use it to pave the way toward her future goals.
I'm just here for the experience and just to go enjoy myself. It's just a race. It's the same thing I've been doing, and it's a great platform to just get the experience because there's so many more years ahead of me.
But before she heads to Rio, McLaughlin will be spending her 17th birthday with family and friends at home. In Scotch Plains, I'm Steven Milewski, News 12 New Jersey. The Syracuse women's lacrosse team has had many sisters as teammates in the past and present, but Caitlin and Carrie DeFleece don't necessarily follow that path as player and coach. Both in their first year with the Orange, growing up together helps these sisters grow in their roles on the team. Carrie DeFleece always followed in the footsteps of her older siblings. The youngest of 5 says she had to give extra effort when she picked up lacrosse from her family members, including her oldest sister, Caitlin. After Carrie committed to Syracuse, Caitlin became a coach with the Orange, and though the dynamic is different, the bond remains the same.
A little bit of like a reversal, but I'm happy that she's with me right now because throughout my whole entire life, she's kind of been not like a mother figure, but always always had my watch.
This isn't the first time DeFleece sisters have coached one another. Caitlin says her sister Dana coached her sister Shannon during their time at Malloy. She added that being together in Syracuse with Carrie helps them both adjust to a new environment.
It's just nice to kind of go someplace completely different. We're a pretty close family, and it's just nice to have someone else that's there that you can kind of talk to or discover a new place with.
The DeFleece sisters come from a tight-knit family, but while both Caitlin and Carrie admit that they didn't come to Syracuse as a sort of package deal, the opportunity to be a part of the women's lacrosse team together has helped the sisters become more comfortable and confident in their first season with the Orange.
Being here in a whole new environment and just looking to your left and seeing someone you recognize, and if you're on the field or something and just seeing looking to your left and seeing someone that you recognize, it just makes you feel a lot more safer, not safer, but more comfortable and just a little bit more confident.
Caitlin says that from a coach's standpoint, it's good that a young player gets an opportunity. But
from a sister standpoint, I mean, it was pretty cool. It's nice that, she's a hard worker, and she's really been learning a lot as she's come up here, and it's nice to see that translated onto the field.
Caitlin added that although she was the first of her siblings to play lacrosse, Carrie is actually the most athletic in their family. For NCC Sports, I'm Stephen Milewski.